Bitcoin, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for sell since the price was within this mentioned. And after we get this down move, we mentioned if we get any reversal, we can look for buy. There was a reversal, but the price didn't move in our direction. Okay. Anyway, we want to see what's the next. We don't need these lines anymore. First things, we move to daily chart. If you look at the chart, we see still we are within this correction. That's why I mentioned as long as we are within this correction, because any trade is a short-term trade. Okay, and the best things is if we see the breakout of this correction, and the best things is if the price can break and at least drop to somewhere around the 28,500. Okay, at least retest the previous low, because when I'm referring to the low, at least we need to see the breakout of the 31K. And the best thing is if the price can break 29. All right. That's why we put over this line, which is 228,500. Okay. Because if the price break this correction, we can consider it as a first correction and last. Any reversal from there, we can look for long-term trade. But whether we should look for buy or not right now, still we are within this correction. Okay, we want to see whether the price can break the lowest price of this correction or not. And if there is a breakout of 28,500, the next level we're looking for 24,600. Because if we can see the news, everyone says the price can drop to 25K. Okay, why the price can drop to the 25K? If there is if the price break this correction in down move, because if we move to monthly chart, if it just simply put over fib from here to the top, because we can have the first move, correction, and the third move. All right. If we put our fib there, simply easily, if we refer to the 61%, the price is somewhere around 25K, which if I put my line here, we can see almost is 24,670. All right, somewhere around there, 25. Now we want to see whether the based on daily chart, as I mentioned, the price can break the daily chart correction or not. Okay, buying right now without the trade setup is not really good idea, because if you wants to look for buy, either we wait price break the lowest price of this correction. If we get the reversal, if the price reverse without breaking this correction, the lowest price, still we can consider we will be within this correction for longer time. That's why I mentioned we need to see the breakout in the down move. Then from there, if we get the reversal, we can look for long term. Now the only thing is whether the price can break or not. Okay. And if I move to forward chart, the first things we have been looking for this three waves structure as a three waves, and we put this move in relative to the first one, and we want to see whether this one can turn to a last wave or not. But as we can see, still we are within down move, and we don't see any reversal point. And if we wants to look for trade, at least for we're talking about if we wants to look for reversal for buy, the best things is at least the price retest 31K, because almost 31K is almost the low we can consider as the lowest price of this correction. We are not going to consider to look at the first this big shadow. Okay. By the way, right now we don't have any trade set up either for buy or sell. We need to wait, and the only thing is we want to see whether the price can break, as I mentioned, this correction or not. Rather than that, we don't have any if we want to look for trade, we don't have any reversal point, and even if the price is going to continue, we cannot just look for sell at this time. So we need to be really careful, okay? Because we cannot confirm whether the price is going to break the correction or not, and even the indicators doesn't give us any confirmation. Then, if I move to 1 hour chart, the only thing says if we want to look for the next trade, either buy or sell, we need to wait for the correction here. All right. But as I mentioned, if we want to look for the long term for buy, the best thing is with the price drops. Some more, at least with the breakout of the 31K. The reason is I'm looking for the 31K. I want to see the breakout of this move, this correction. Okay. By the way, right now we don't have any trade set up either for buy or sell, and the best thing is we wait for the correction to confirm for the next move. Then, as I mentioned, we don't have any trade setup, and if we refer to the 1 hour chart, if we put this low in relative to the previous one, if we refer to the indicators, MACD showing us the divergence, and also the second indicator showing me the divergence. All right, that's why we want to see whether we can look for reversal or not. By the way, as I mentioned, we don't have any trade setup, and we need to see whether the price can break the 31K based on daily chart. Then from there, if the price broke, we can confirm how deep it can go before we look for the reversal. All right. Anyway, we just follow the chart. Buying or selling right now is not a really good idea. And the only thing is, if we get any trade, we consider as a short term, as long as the price couldn't broke the bigger picture. That means the bigger correction. In this case, we just follow the chart. We want to see whether the price. The only things right now I'm looking for is we want to see whether the price can break the lowest price of this correction, which is somewhere around 31K or not. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update or any trade setup, I will share. And whoever get the trade for sale, since we mentioned we could look for sell from this move, from this correction. At least if they keep the profit, move their stop loss somewhere if they want to keep the trade above this one, this move, which is somewhere around 36,500. 36,500. All right. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.